Imagine waiting for 50 years for a grand reveal, only to be met with disappointment. That's exactly what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma, when a time capsule in the shape of a brand new Plymouth Belvedere, dubbed Miss Belvedere, was uncovered. In 1957, Tulsa marked its 50th anniversary by burying the car as part of a competition. Residents had to guess what the city's population would be in 2007, with the winner driving away in Miss Belvedere. The car wasn't just a car, it was also stuffed with memorabilia, including trinkets, a woman's purse filled with everyday items from that era, and even a case of Schlitz beer. An accompanying steel drum held more mementos and all the competition entries. The car and its treasures were sealed in a reinforced concrete vault near the Tulsa County Courthouse. Expectations were high that the vault would preserve everything perfectly. For 5 decades, the anticipation built. People discussed Miss Belvedere on websites like buriedcar.com, local news stations reminisced with those who were present at the beginning, and some hoped they'd end up with a mint-condition classic car. When the vault was finally opened on June 14, 2007, it wasn't a pretty sight. The lack of waterproofing led to the car being submerged in water for years. Miss Belvedere emerged not as a gleaming piece of history, but as a rust-covered monument of failed expectations. Despite being wrapped in plastic, water had wreaked havoc. The car was taken to a convention center for its official unveiling. Visually, the car was a disaster. Rust covered every surface. The suspension was so deteriorated that the car sagged in the back. Items inside the glove box, like the microfilm and competition entries, were mostly destroyed, though signatures on the wheels were faintly visible. The entries in the steel drum were in better shape. These included postcard guesses ranging from realistic to wildly speculative, all vying for the grand prize. Raymond Humbertson's guess was closest to Tulsa's actual 2007 population of 382,457, but he had passed away 28 years prior. The prize thus passed to his closest relatives, his elderly sisters. Enter Dwight Foster, a rust removal expert from New Jersey. Seeing a promotional opportunity, he worked to partially restore Miss Belvedere. 2 years and $20,000 later, the car was somewhat presentable, though far from drivable. Miss Belvedere wasn't accepted by the Smithsonian due to its condition. It remained in storage until 2015, when the Historic Auto Attractions Museum in Roscoe, Illinois, finally took it in. The car now sits in the museum as a testament to the unpredictability of time and conditions. Tulsa didn't stop with Miss Belvedere. In 1998, they buried a Plymouth Prowler in an above-ground pressurized vault set to be opened in 2048. In 2007, a Harley-Davidson motorcycle was also interred, with plans to unveil it in 2057.